Oh my gosh. Guys, the Remarried Empress is back. Okay, so hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is CKT Chaotic. Today I will be reading The Remarried Empress, Season 3, Episode 123. Oh, I am squealing. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get started. But before we do, I have to let you guys know I do have to blur 50% of this episode. So if you guys want to read it like uncensored, it is available on patreon.com/cktchaotic. But if you guys just want to read along with me, it is available on webtoons.com. Let's go ahead and get started. So this is a special episode, and so this is not the episode 123. The Remarried Empress, revisited from divorce to remarriage. The Remarried Empress. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Navier, the Eastern Empire's perfect empress. Well, His Majesty brought back some filthy girl from his hunting trip. I suppose he took a liking to her because he had us wash that unkept little thing. I'm thinking they're talking about Rashta. One day, Navier found out that the Empress of Vaishu had taken a pretty woman under his wing. Oh, but even in her squalor, she was a considerable beauty. Her beauty was second only to the Duchess of Tuania, who was known to be the most beautiful of all the duchesses. Nevier had expected that she, as the Empress, would have to contend with a mistress one day. But she found herself feeling empty inside when it actually happened, and on top of that, since we have the same husband, can I call you Big Sister from now on? That chair is mine. Ugh. And that handkerchief you were lying on is also mine. She became frustrated and hurt whenever Rashta was involved. Your Majesty! Navier just bottled up her feelings every time something happened, because she was the Empress. What got her through these hard times? Oh, was a large, beautiful bird. Man, you guys know it's different because the art from the beginning, which are these, versus the art now is a little bit different, but still beautiful. And the secret playful messages she exchanged with its owner. Laura, give me a pen and paper, will you? Oh, it seems you haven't. I forgot what it says. Your name shall be Queen. Navier affectionately named the bird Queen. However, Queen was the shirtless pic. Henry Alex Laszlo, the next in line to the throne of the Western Kingdom. I was hoping that you might show me around, my queen. In truth, Henry was captivated by Navier. Don't fret, your Majesty. I'll be sure to spread the news of this truth far and wide. Your reputation as the Empress won't be smeared because of the Emperor's blunder. And he tried to be her rock. Thank you for accompanying me. Click. Our baby is here, your Majesty. As for Rashta, she was elevated from a slave to a royal mistress carrying her lover's child. Despite believing that there were blue skies ahead, she faced a crisis. Her former slave owner. Her former master, Viscount Luteshu, began to blackmail her with the child she had with another lover. Both Navier and Sauveshu discovered her secret. Navier decided not to expose her, while Sauveshu stayed silent about it. The Empress is barren. Navier, I brought some cookies. Oh, they're kids. Those cookies were laced with a drug. It's a drug used mainly to induce an abortion, but it can also render infertile. People infertile. It was important for Silvatia to sire an heir, which was impossible with Navier. Therefore, in order to protect my child, I'm going to banish your brother. He banished Corsair from the Empire for threatening his pregnant mistress. So they're going to divorce. The Empress family will surely object. He wants a divorce? And decided to make her his Empress after divorcing Navier. Let me worry about that. You just need to focus on your studies and stay healthy. Navier was shaken by the thought that she was on the verge of losing everything. She had never imagined a life in which she wasn't an empress. After much contemplation, she made a decision. I will become your queen. If she could no longer be the empress of the Eastern Empire, she resolved to become an empress elsewhere. Silvatia was furious after discovering that Navier was a person Henry had been exchanging secret letters with. Was it Lark? Was it fun to work with Prince Henry and make Rasha look like a common liar? It appears that you have been using a messenger bird to relay the letters. That's not going to be possible from now on. I will order someone to shoot down any bird that flies through your window with a bow and arrow. This led to a messenger bird, McKenna, becoming badly injured while flying to Navier. And the conflict between the married couple escalated wildly. A few days later, a blue bird. Navier was relieved when Henry's letter arrived via a brilliant method. I met your brother. He looks a lot like you. It makes me want to see you. I'd like to know more about how things are developing on your end. We should plan our next steps together. Also, please tell me whether we can take our time putting things in motion or whether we need to proceed quickly. By the way, I met your brother. He looks a lot like you. It makes me want to see you. Can you tell me what your favorite color is and what style of... Let me know and I will your chamber in line with expectations. Henry. He has a knack for making me feel at ease. Then, is McKenna a bird? Or maybe he a bird brain, but he's not a bird. Then he is a member of the bird brain clan. It might be a different messenger bird to the one that I know, but I'd like you to check if it has any injuries such as an arrow wound, for example. I'll be happy to. Navier started uncovering the secrets of the bird brain clan. While that was happening, Navier found out that Silvatia was going to push for a divorce with the help of the High Priest. Henry rushed over to Navier. Does he want to hug me? My queen, do you mind if I give you a hug? I don't mind. At long last, the divorce trial began. I accept, and I request an approval of my remarriage. I accept Empress Navier's request to marry King Henry. The High Priest approved Navier's divorce from Silvatia and granted her request to marry Henry. Filled with rage, Silvatia detained Navier in her estate to prevent her from traveling to the Western Kingdom. However, she arrived in the Western Kingdom with the help of Ergi and Henry. All hail their majesties, the king and queen! Once they were married, Henry made no secrets of his love for Navier. I don't know if it's because Henry is younger than me, or because he's a rake. He says sweet things like they're not a big deal. I don't hate that, but she didn't think that she loved him, but she didn't mind it. Eventually, the shirtless scene. She naturally figured out that Henry was the bird named Queen. Navier also met with Krista after arriving in the Western Kingdom. Krista had a lot of influence as the former queen consort from high-ranking noble family. But she couldn't get along with Navier due to her infatuation with Henry. In the end, the two became rivals. Navier began building up a faction of supporters in her new kingdom. A military order that she knew from her days in the Eastern Empire came to her aid. They were the Order of the Shadow, also known as the Transnational Order of Knights. Amlandre, the leader of the 5th Division of the Order of the Shadow. Navier then received a letter from Sauvage that reviewed everything. It's my fault for not telling you the plan in advance and not asking for your understanding. But believe me on this. The current situation was only supposed to last for a year. I was planning to return everything to the way it was afterwards. Navier made it clear to him that things were over between them. I didn't send a response. I'm your wife now, Henry. And relieved Henry of his worries. However, I wish that you weren't married to another man. Sauvage was unable to forget Navier even after marrying Rashta. It's so creepy that she tried to mimic everything that was Navier, the looks and everything. In response, Rashta began making moves to establish herself as the new Empress. Things have been turbulent for a while, but we have stability now. It's time to usher in a new era. I want to get along with you all and be on good terms with all of you. Krista was trying to grow her own group of supporters to take on Navier. Navier and Henry's wedding was fast approaching. It won't be her first time. If she ends up feeling disappointed after finding out that I'm not a perfect husband. For some reason, Henry became worried about the long-awaited day. The remarried Empress. And so it begins! Let's go. Grand Duke Kaufman. I remember this now. Bring out some refreshments for my guest. Yes, Your Grace. So what brings the former queen to my chambers? So you already know who I am. As a member of the royal family, it is my duty to welcome such an honored guest who has traveled far away. Is that so? Why he being so curt? Does he think he can act like that just because he's a foreign Grand Duke? Her lady-in-waiting seems to have very firm views. Have you encountered any issues that might inconvenience you during your stay? Let me know if there's anything you need. I'll do my best to help. That won't be necessary. I asked the person in charge if I need any help. Oh, that's like a slap in her face. I see. I suppose that even visitors from abroad think that it isn't the former queen's place to get involved in court affairs. I don't think this man cares for anyone. What do I do? How can I get him on my side so I can restore my influence at court? I asked around about the situation here while you were with the king. So it was true. She's trying to fight with Navier to maintain her influence. That's foolish. Why did that woman have to go for Henry when she is acquainted with a striking man like the Grand Duke? I apologize for taking up your time. I know you must be tired from the journey. I should take my leave. One moment. You should at least have your coffee before you leave. The Remarried Empress, episode 123. The Eastern Empire. Baron Lante told me that you want to manage the imperial family's budget.
Uh, it's just that I don't know what I should do now that I'm the Empress. That's why I wanted to start with something I've learned to do.
I thought I made it clear that you'll only be the Empress for a year.
Yes, but I want to be a good Empress, even if it's just for a week and not a year. Your Majesty, only asked Baron Lonti to take over the finances because of Viscount Loteshu, not me. He holds no influence over me anymore.
If that's what you want, then let's start with something easier. You can join me for my daily audiences with my subjects. Dum dum.
That's not what I wanted. In order to quickly repay my debt to the Duke and prevent the Viscount from plotting against me, I need...
It's not that I need the money back urgently. I just want you to seize control as a new Empress. You don't want to be a mere figurehead, even if it's only for a year, do you? Oh. There's no need to be anxious. This is only the beginning.
I understand. If this goes on, the nobles will continue to look down on me, and the public will remember me as the incompetent Empress who only kept the seat warm. I can't let people keep on disrespecting me when I'm now the Empress. You declared the journalists that you would be an Empress who would be on the side of the common people.
Yet, here you are claiming you want to be close to the nobles now that you're on the throne.
Then, am I allowed to punish the nobles when they belittle me?
Belittle you?
Marquise Foulhand mocked me at the first tea party I hosted as the Empress.
Oh, yes, I heard about that. You might have taken it as an insult, but it wasn't serious enough to deserve punishments.
He didn't do anything, even though he knew about it. But he insulted me in front of all my guests.
He was just repeating what you said, wasn't he? She is so whiny. I don't like her. I don't know why you're fretting so much over it. He'll never be on good terms with you due to his position. You'll only attract more ridicule if you react to every perceived slight, so just ignore him. He looks so done. I don't know if he sincerely care about her anymore, but like this reaction right here, like his face, just be like, oh, you know. You should rest. I'm sure you must be tired.
Okay. Will we be attending the Western Kingdom's royal wedding?
Why do you ask?
Since they attended our wedding, I wanted to return the favor and celebrate the new chapters of Queen Navier's life.
Is that what you really want?
I can't say I'm not afraid that she'll harass me again.
God, she always playing victim is so annoying.
But
let me think about it.
Aren't you going to sing our baby a lullaby tonight?
I won't be joining you in bed tonight. It's been a week since the wedding, so I'll need to replace the blankets and pillowcases. New pillows and blankets. I'll probably get new bedding of my own to use in my husband's home when I get married. If I share a bed with someone one day, I hope it's with someone as dashing as His Majesty. But I apologize, Your Majesty. I wasn't looking where I was going. That's fine. Stop. I should take care of this quickly so I can rest. So that's how beautiful you have to be to catch His Majesty's attention. Why are you just standing there? I'll prepare the bed for you, Your Majesty.
Fine.
I thought he'll try to bolster my reputation once I became an Empress.
But nothing has really changed. If this is how things are when it's only been a week. Wait, a week? Uh, your your Majesty. The blue feather. Oh, I remember she harmed that bird. Sorry guys, I could not tell who's speaking, either Rashta or the Soveshu or the maid. But guys, I totally remember now. Remember when I think who was it, Soveshu gifted Navier a blue bird because he felt really bad for cooking that bird and scaring Navier, and she reacted really bad about it. Like she was like, "How dare you? Like that's not funny." And so she gave the bird away or so. And Rashta looked at the bird and she killed that bird. She unalived that bird, and we didn't know what happened to it, right? So, but then she blamed Navier for spiting her and doing XYZ and harming the bird. And that's why Sobeshi was so mad. I don't know if you guys remember it, but I sort of remember it. But oh my god, Rashta is something else. Like if you guys have been watching and reading the Marry My Husband webtoon, I'm like sitting here like, well, who's worse, Rashta or Sumin? But honestly, right now, Sumin is diabolical, like diabolically evil, way more than Rashta. So far we're trying to keep the like a tally of like who's better at being evil. But anyways, guys, if you guys enjoy my webtoon reaction slash reading style, feel free to subscribe, leave a thumbs up, drop some comments. I will try to read this and upload it the day after. So since it comes out every Sunday, I will try to upload it the following day. Or if I'm not in town where I'm like on vacation or anything, I will upload it like the following weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. It really depends. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and check out, and I'll catch you guys next time.